Okay, so hello everyone. I am not using my microphone today, so I really hope you can hear me. And yeah, so the previous video got cut off. I pressed the wrong button. Anyhow, yeah, so I'm back in the van, and this time I'm back in the van for very long periods of time. And I mean very long periods of time. Last night yeah, let me show you something I bought, because I went to the movies yesterday and I bought hold on, don't go away. Don't go away. Yesterday how can I say this? I don't treat myself very often, even though, well, I kind of do, but I don't. I struggle with it because I have a fixed income. So I got to watch every frickin' penny. Now more than ever, because I'll get to that subject right now about moving. And I'm a big fan of eschatology, meaning the study of the end times, biblical prophecy. And they had a movie going called The Dragon's Prophecy, okay? And the camera is once again backwards. It's called The Dragon's Prophecy by Jonathan Cahn. And I don't know why I got this book for $4. I don't know what happened. Maybe I got blessed, I don't know, but these are going for like more than $15 more. And I got it on Amazon. It said $3. I said, what? I said it's probably a Kindle or some crap like that. And it said, no, it's a actual hard copy. I go, $3 plus the tax. I said, wow, that's weird. So I said, what do I got to lose? $4. And next thing you know, it comes in the mail, you know, and it is the actual book. And it's not used. Maybe it's used, I don't know, but it's intact. So anyway, so they were showing a movie called The Dragon's Prophecy. And I went to go see it because I thought it was going to do me really well from all the stress that I've been going through living in that goddamn apartment. On 2 days ago, my anxiety was increasing a lot, and I got really frustrated because I went to 2 psychiatrists, and one of them gave me some funky ass prescription that I don't know. I think he just threw it out in the air and he said, "Here, take this," you know. And then I went to see another one, and he said, "Well, let's see, you're seeing UCSD, and blah blah blah." And I mean, the guy wouldn't give me anything. So I got really frustrated, and because I see UCSD psychiatrists. Anyhow, I'm trying to make this video as good as possible because I don't want to edit it. So anyhow, so my anxiety was growing a lot 2 days ago, and because of the apartment, the noise that's going on is just too much. And no matter what I do to try to, to calm down, whether it's prayer, whether it's meditating, whether it's watching, uplifting videos, positive reinforcements, lavender oil, it's just, it like creeps up on you, and it doesn't stop. So that day, I said, you know what? I said, you haven't even finished this one YouTube video for Ozzy Osbourne's death. And so I said, you know what? I said tomorrow, the previous day, I said, the day before, I said, you know what? I'm going to sit there tomorrow and I'm going to put the headphones on and block all the frickin' noise that I can possibly can and focus on being productive. So that morning, 2 days ago, came, 8 in the morning comes, and what do I hear? Boom, boom, pa, boom, boom, pa. Yo, motherfucker, yo, motherfucker, boom, boom. Yeah, fuck, man. The neighbor next door to me started fiddling around with, I don't know what they were doing, but all I heard was a bunch of things like that. And next thing you know, a big speaker is cranked up on my side where my bed is at. And all I hear is boom, boom, rap shit. It went on till 9 o'clock in the morning, almost an hour, and it wouldn't stop. I said, I gotta get out of here. So I got up and I left for many hours, and when I came back, it was about 4, maybe 5 o'clock, and as soon as I opened the door, what do I hear? The same damn shit. Boom, bah, boom, 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 bah. So I got so upset that I had to call the security people. And I said, please. And I had already called them the first time in the morning at 8 in the morning. I called them and said, please. It's 8 in the frickin' morning, man. And then here comes, I think it was like 5:30 because all the management and the housing department left because they work in the building too. They're right there. and they had already left. It was about 5:30. So then all of a sudden, I called the manager again, or the security, and I told him the same thing. And I said, you know what? I said, go walk your dog. I said, go walk your dog. So I did. I left outside. And when I walked outside, is this right? Am I telling the story right? Oh my God. When I was telling, yeah. So when I came back, when I left, and please forgive me with my incoherent, discussions, because sometimes I'm not all there. So when I left to walk my dog, it was just outside the building. I looked up to the apartment right next to me, the people that were making the music, and I could hear it outside. And they got their windows fully open, and they got some kind of black thing blocking partially the windows. And I hear a bunch of people in there too. And the music, I could hear it, like I said, outside. So when I walked the dog for a while, I came back and I said, you know what? I said, put your headphones on, work on your music, work on this video that I've been trying to finish for a long time. And I did. I worked on it all the way till 11, almost 11:30 at night. It was about 11:30. And as soon as I removed the headphones, what do I hear? The same shit. Boom, 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 boom. Like, oh my God, man. So I tried to lay down because I was already tired from editing so many hours this video. And I said, try to watch TV, something nice, you know, try to relax. And so I laid down on the bed and the same fucking shit. Boom, boom, boom. Fuck, man. So my anxiety just started to increase tremendously to the point where I was literally having a very dangerous anxiety attack. And so I immediately got up because it got very, very scary. I mean, really, really scary. And I'm killing flies, by the way. I don't know why they're in the van a lot. So anyhow, so I immediately took a half a Klonopin. I almost took 1 milligram because I only have like 5 of them left. Anyhow, so then all of a sudden, I just had to fight or flight, as they say. And I said, get out of here, man. I said, you got to get out of here because you've already called them, the security, at 8 in the morning. They still kept going. You came back at 5 something, the same fucking shit. You're trying hard to be productive, to calm your nerves and all that. And these people are just making it worse. You know, and now here it is 11:30 at night. Like, fuck that, man. So anyway, so I immediately got up and I said, I'm gonna go mad. And if I don't leave, how am I gonna sleep with like this? So I immediately started to worry about, you know, packing my things and I said, by then it was already like midnight, 12:30 at night. And finally I said, you know what? I said, get out now. Get out now. And then I remembered I didn't have my pillows or my really nice blanket. And I said, just grab your pillow and just grab your pillows and your blanket and get out. So when I left, I found a sleeping spot. I had to call the 988 number, the suicide hotline, not because I was thinking of suicide, but so I got lucky and I got to talk to one guy that was very, very understanding. And finally I left and found over by the sports arena. So I left and I found the spot that I tell you about. I'm not going to say where it's at, but I parked there. It's a little cul-de-sac, and you can park there without any worries about parking restrictions. There ain't none. And I got lucky, man. I got really, really lucky. The only parking available out of the whole frickin' street. And I woke up. I woke up with a raging headache. And that morning, I had the most wonderful morning because as soon as I woke up, I went over to McDonald's to get, you know, a coffee. I like their coffee. It's pretty good for $1 if you use the app. And then, so I came over to Mission Bay. And when I parked, it wasn't crowded with a bunch of vans and RVs like it usually, or like it was. I said, wow, man. And I found a perfect spot right on the corner where nobody would park to my right. And I think there was somebody, a big motorhome, like 2 stalls to my left. And when I parked there, it was like total silence. And it was so peaceful that I just sat there at first I was going to put some really soft Hawaiian music. I like Hawaiian music. And, got it. And I said, you know what? I said, stop. I said, just listen. Listen to the tranquility. Listen to the peacefulness. I said, wow. So I started to look around and I said, wow, man, this is beautiful, peaceful, tranquility. And then I looked at the water that's coming in to the bay, and I see people on their paddle boards. And I said, I want a paddleboard, because it looked so much fun. And it's these two old guys that look a hell of a lot older than I am, and thinner. And they're just nonchalant, you know. Row, row, row your boat. But they were like, whatever. These two old fucking farts, gray hair, and you could see they were fucking gray hair, you know. And I'm like, look at that, man. Just paddling like two ducks, you know, when they're just, you know, in the water, and the ducks are like, eh. And turn on battery saver. Now my battery's gonna fucking die. God damn it. And so then all of a sudden, I may have to continue this, you guys, because the battery just told me that it might shut off. So anyhow, I got an answer. So anyhow, so the bottom line is that I found like a tremendous amount of peacefulness that day, and I really wanted to, you know, that day that is it charging? I don't know if it's charging, you guys. Is it gonna charge? It won't even tell me. So I noticed that, and okay, I think it showed a charge, yes, it is. Cool. So anyhow, thank you for listening, you guys. I really appreciate it. I'll probably have to split this video because it's going on 17 minutes. But anyhow, you guys, it finally, in the end, you know, I said, you know what? I said, and then I saw this little patch of grass, really nice grass with a tree and shade. This was about 9:30 in the morning, I think it was, 2 days ago, and or a day and a half, or a day before yesterday, whatever. Yeah, 2 days ago. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna grab my beach chair, and I'm gonna go sit under that tree, and I'm gonna watch the water and these paddlers, and bring my book. I have this book that I've been reading. It's called The Lost Planet of Z. It's called. Where the hell is it at? Anyways, it's called The Lost Planet. The Lost Planet of Z. It's a true story, by the way. And so anyhow, it ended up being like a wonderful, wonderful morning, and it was just something that really helped my mental health. So anyways, that morning I also got good news, and I'll end it with these two news. And then I moved to the sand with my dog, and everything was so relaxing. Flies. And when I came back to the van, I said, I'm gonna make me some breakfast now. Or I mean, I'm I forget what I was going to do, or just come back to the van and do something. I don't remember. And I get a phone call from the housing department, and the housing department says, Mr. So-and-so, we've received your reasonable accommodation letter to move to another place. We're going to send it to the next person that handles that, and we just want to thank you for sending in and filling out all the forms and the doctor's forms. I said, wow. And they were very nice. I said, wonderful. So then after that, about an hour later, I get a call from my psychiatrist at UCSD. I said, whoa, because the night I left that apartment, I was frantically writing to my psychiatrist and telling them, practically begging to please help me with an appointment for medication, because the next appointment was not available, was not going to be until like 2 weeks from now. And I said, I can't. I was going to go mad. I mean, the Klonopin helped, but if you take too much consecutively, you can get addicted. And I've been through that. So anyhow, so the doctor spoke to me for a long time, very understanding, and I was prescribed Lexapro because I had read that either Lexapro, I can't remember the other three. And I said, please, I said, the only reason I can't do these medications is because as soon as I start feeling really weird, I stop because I panic and I don't want to take them. So I told him to give me the lowest dose to slowly get me into it. And I made a commitment to myself to take care of myself by trying them and not give up. Because according to the internet, what I've been reading is that they should go away. Should. And I said, okay, I said, you know what? I said, maybe that's what was happening before, is that I didn't give it a chance for the weird side effects to go away. I said, maybe that happened. Well, I said, I've read fantastic news, fantastic information, very positive, about Lexapro for panic attacks, anxiety, depression, social anxiety, and things like that. And they said, yeah, 5 milligrams is a very, very good level to start for those people who are sensitive. Hello? You know. And you could increase it to 10, which is what they recommend for adults. Or you can stay with the 5, depending on how you feel. Only you know. And believe me, I know my body well. Very, very well when it comes to symptoms. So I said, you know what? I said, I'm not a Catholic, but I'm doing the cross more often. I mean, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I believe in that, first of all. And I've been doing it a lot because I said, you know what? I said, God, please help me with this. Anyhow, so when I got the medication, I said, in the name of Jesus, I said, please, Lord God, help me with this, and let me go through it. Help me cope with it, with the symptoms. And I've taken it now one time. I know it's not a lot, but so far, so good. And I got to take one pretty soon here. I don't know what time it is, because I'm taking it in the afternoon, about 3 o'clock or so, because I don't know if it's going to make me real drowsy or not, So yeah, I am taking Lexapro, and I really hope it works. I really, really do, because I really believe everything I read online. of how good it can be. So so I said, you know what? I said, in the end, I said, I'm going to stay in the van and I'm going to work it out no matter what. And they give me 2 months. Okay, I wanted to talk about this more, but it's going on 25 minutes now. Thank you for your patience. The housing department said that they would respond within 2 months, but sometimes it's much, much sooner than that. I said, okay, 2 months? Okay, October. We've already started. I said, give it to the end of November. And at the end of November, if they haven't called you, no, they should be calling you before the end of November. And if they deny you, then I'm out of there. As quick as I can, get a storage, a small one. I don't have a lot, I really don't. And then start worrying, and then start considering whether to move to Mexico or buy the trailer, invest some money in the van, mechanical stuff to just changing the differential oil, changing the transmission oil, a tune-up. I know it needs a tune-up. I said, but first decide and make a concrete decision what direction you want to go. Whether the trailer and be a snowbird, or start packing and start selling shit and leave to Mexico, to Merida and all that. And that's where I'm at. But in the meantime, I'm only going back to the apartment whenever I need to store like large amounts of food, or if I really want to go take a shower. I don't have to go take a shower there. I've got the YMCA. I'm a member of the YMCA. Or other things that I need to do there. But I've already decided that I'm going to return the modem for the internet, because why pay the frickin' money, for that, when I could rather use that money to put it for gas or something else. And in the meantime, make the best of it. So I'll be in the van a lot from now on. And this is why I brought a lot of things to play with, like my guitar. I got more in the house. I went to the market and I packed this refrigerator freezer. It's got a lot of food in there right now. I mean, a lot. And I brought my dog food. I brought all kinds of stuff, mostly food, and also a lot of what do they call it in English? In Spanish, it's called suero. It's supposed to be helping you for dehydration. Because I went to the emergency room 2 weeks ago for headaches and dizziness, and they found nothing. So they said that could be part of your depression, your anxiety, your stress. And you know what? I don't want to talk too soon, but I can feel those headaches going away. And what a great feeling that is. So maybe it's true. Maybe you do get nasty headaches and dizziness and who knows what because of anxiety, stress. And god damn it, I'm tired of that fucking apartment. So this is why I've given myself 2 months, or until the housing responds and says yes or no. And that's the decision I've made. If they say no, well then fuck them, pack up, get out immediately. Immediately. None of this, I'm going to give a 30-day notice. Fuck no. I'm going to keep my $340, and decide whether to go to Mexico, sell the van, everything, try to get as little as I can, because you got to sell it like fast, the van. Okay? So what? Take a loss. Fuck it. Screw it. You're doing this for you, for your mental health, and to live a much better life. Okay? Or the trailer. And I'll talk about that more, because I found some trailer parks down in Baja that I really liked, and I believe they're affordable. And also, if they deny me, I most likely will leave to Quartzsite, Arizona, and try to meet people there, and look at trailers, and just talk to people there, and just try to have a great time. You know, just try to have a great time. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate you watching this 30 minutes of my talk. Okay, bye. Thank you. Bye.